Welcome to 100 Days of VBA. Today we're going to start looking at loops, and specifically the for next loop, which means we can repeat a statement a set number of times without having to write that statement however many times we want to repeat it. Let me show you what that means. So we're going to define our function, let's say demo, and we're going to write our for next loop. Now the syntax is nice and easy. Let's say for x, and x can be replaced with any other variable name or letter. We're going to start with x equals 1, and we're going to go to 25. And then to end our loop, we'll write next x, which means every time you get to the next x statement, we're going to add 1 to our x variable until it gets to 25, at which point we'll finish. Which means everything we write in the statement between the for and the next is going to happen 25 times. So to prove that, let's write application.activeSheet.range. We're going to write a ampersand x, which remember means join together a and whatever the value is of x at that point. So it'll start at a1 and go all the way down to a25. And we'll set the value of that cell to x itself. So what should happen is we should have the numbers 1 to 25 written in A1 to A25. Let's see. There we go. And look how quick that was. We only had to write the line of code once and it happened 25 times instantly. Now you can also define a custom step, which means instead of just going up one by one, we could say step 2. And this means we're going to go up in steps of 2 instead of 1. So let's write that into column B and see what it looks like. There we go. So we've still started at 1 and we've still gone up to 25, but actually we've only written the odd numbers in the odd numbered rows this time because we've stepped at values of 2 instead of 1. And you can go the other way as well. So let's start at 30, say, back down to 1 in steps of -3. And we'll write that in column C. There you go. We've started at 30, gone all the way back to 0. We haven't done 1 because that doesn't work if we're going in steps of 3s. We're going down in the 3 times table, and obviously 0 isn't a row. But we've gone backwards instead of forwards. Now also, let's start again from 1 and go up to 40, let's say, in steps of 5. You can also include an if statement, if you remember those from previous days, to break out of our for next loop early. So let's say if x is greater than 25, then exit for. And now the exit for statement tells us to break out of this for loop regardless of whether we've actually got to 40 or not. So if we write this to column D this time, in theory we'd be writing in steps of 5 all the way up to 40. But watch what happens when we get to 25. We stop. We don't write 25 anyway because the next number in the sequence, 1, 6, 11, 16, 21, would have been 26. But that's higher than 25. Because we've used our if, we've jumped out or broken out of our for next loop early. So there you go. That's an intro into loops with the most basic kind, the for next loop, going in steps of 1, steps of 2, going backwards, and then breaking out early.